Hello everybody, welcome back to the continuation of an X of my own creation series where I just take some time to show you something I've made, one of the games or programs I've made. This one is completely unique, I would say, and it deserves a little bit of background explanation. Don't worry, it doesn't take too long to watch, but I find that I can stare at this thing for a very long time, so I'm hoping you'll enjoy it as much as I do. Back in the day, I used to play a lot of Dance Dance Revolution, DDR, and I noticed that when I'm listening to music, I like tapping along to the beat with my hands. So I started making programs that let me do this in a fashion that caused explosions or cool stuff to happen called BeatGroover. And I made a lot of BeatGroovers. BeatGroover9 started off just like one of these, but it soon became something much more. Something trippy, pretty, beautiful, bizarre. I will let you be the judge of what it is. To start off with, screensaver mode off, maximum flash bits. This is based on how much RAM your computer can handle for simultaneous objects. I'm going to leave it at 3000 because, you know, that's good enough, and I'm recording, so I don't want to tax my computer. And randomize the pattern frequency only applies to screensaver mode, so just leave it at the default and you're fine. Same logic, so I'll say no, and play the music absolutely. And so it begins. For those of you who aren't familiar with the music, this is taken from Chrono Trigger. Yeah. So, here's the deal. You have all manner of control over this spiral picture pattern thing. Left and right, change the speed at which the angular momentum or rotation, and you can make it rotate faster and faster and faster and faster, etc. And of course you can make it go back and forth like this to wiggle it around a little bit, and that's another option you have available to you. Okay, well and good. Up and down, toggle the speed at which the emitter is emitting nodes, bumps, dots, whatevers. So by raising it, you can vastly increase the speed at which the lines are going out, and by decreasing it, you can see just how much tighter it gets, right? But of course, by twiddling with it, you can get cool little swirls and patterns to happen. But I haven't shown you the good stuff yet, so let's cut the piffle and get right down to the good stuff, shall we? Hit shift, and you can add an extra stream. And another. And another. And another. 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10 streams. Tell me that isn't just a little bit hypnotic to watch, right? So beautiful. Alright. Swirling, swirling, swirling. Ooh, look at the resplendence that bursts in and out. That's just hitting up and down. Alright. Spacebar just sets it to a random number, which can help to kind of simplify your screen after a while. And C is a quick clear in case you have too many random bits that you just want to get rid of for the moment. Okay. Then there's the other button of note, the F2 key. F2 adds the anti-stream, or the streams in the opposite directions, which once again can get you really pretty patterns. Oh, beautiful, I got it to freeze. That's just perfect, okay. There. Can you see a flower opening on top of a trippy flower? Oh, come on, man, don't fossilize right now. Yeah, this is why sometimes I set the randomized frequency to 0 so that it doesn't do that. But it can do that to switch modes whenever it likes. Resplendent. That's the word for it, absolutely resplendent. Okay, anyway, what else can you do with this? Hitting X will fossilize all of the bits and then cause them to explode out shortly thereafter. So this can cause, you know, depending on how fast the inner segments are moving, it can cause different effects, and it's kind of cool. Like that. Kind of a way to hit up clear, as it were. Then there's the option to, if you hit the letter Z, temporarily stop the production of new bits, just to let the old ones play out their course. And then fossilize the ones that are out already. You can of course press and then not press it to make it intermittent, and that's another option you got. I mean, there's all manner of ways you can twiddle with this to make it interesting. Or prettyful. Okay. What else? What else haven't I shown you? Oh yes, the shield. Let's lower the number of streams for this demo so you'll see it properly. Hit I, or U, and a shield is put up that causes the bits to bounce off of it and contain it. You can hit U to hide the shield itself, or is it U, or you hit U to make it appear and I to hide it. There you go. And all of a sudden you've got this mess going on in here until the flash bits explode into the edge, and it's just, I mean, I don't know, I find this absolutely beautiful. Alright, and then we're gonna make the shield disappear. And all of a sudden the chaos is released. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do now. Lower the speed. Boom. I just, one of my favorite things to do is I'm hitting up and down to make it effectively explode out like that, and it just like radiates color, like a kaleidoscope, honestly, like a computerized kaleidoscope. Alright, other things to show off about this. Let's punch up clear. Okay. Let's get rid of the anti-stream, spread it to the rate, and lower the speed immensely. Hitting WSAD will move the actual center of this, so look at that. You can like make these, you can actually see it weaving its way around, and it actually looks, see that? See that three-dimensional spiral effect I got going on here? Yeah, baby. Right up until you punch up clear. Let it all expand away. Beautiful. That's about the extent of the tools that you have here, but the art that you get from it I think is beautiful. I hit F1 to look at the instructions and it shows you all of the different options here. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a, you can increase the global speed, which doesn't make any sense to do based on the fact that you have full control of the speed otherwise. So there's no point in trying to do that. But yeah, I eventually made a better version of this that had a recenter button, and I don't know if that's the one that I have posted on my website or not, but it's not very relevant because most of the time you don't even move the center bit. There's really not much to say about this. It's not like a game where I have, you know, secrets to show you and development cycles to explain. It's just, well, you understand why I made a screensaver mode of it. It's just a really, really beautiful little thing. Hitting down and up mostly, with several streams going, and then deactivate the anti-stream and just spin the hell out of it. And then there was one. One of the hardest facets of making this program was to make sure that there weren't any RAM leaks and to make sure I minimized the amount of memory needed to run it, since each of these bits has all manner of controls that had to be taken care of individually. I wanted to make sure none of them were running too many things at once. And I came up with some rather creative methods to implement that particle cap that I discussed at the beginning of the program. I find this kind of hypnotic. I have stared at this thing for a half hour at a time once, just having a good time listening to music. Yeah. And obviously you can play your own music in the background if there's something else you'd rather listen to and all. And that's why I included the option to have it muted at the beginning of the game. This was definitely one of my earlier creations. It's not something like from my later on years. When I had taken to including a toggle sound button in-game every time rather than just a floating option. And you can tell by the fact that I include these unexplained floating options that this wasn't exactly meant for just random use, public use for a long time. But here we are today. Obviously I changed my mind. See, so notice what's happening here. Since it's hit the cap of 3,000 particles or so, it will not create new particles and it will destroy random other particles, so the image kind of fractures. But it does it in a way that makes it look like it was part of the intentional part of the chaos. And once the speed is up high enough, you don't even notice that because it starts falling below the cap again. That's why I kind of say that 3,000 is a minimum, but 8,000 is obviously like a good maximum. You shouldn't go much beyond that. You don't need to go much beyond that. At that point, you start maintaining particles you don't need. Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can't get this to line up just perfectly. Slow. The edges all zoned in the middle and kaboom! Alright, that's enough playtime. I'm gonna go ahead and just end this. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching BeatGroover9-TrippyRainbow, as I call it. It's available on the internet. It's also available at the same website that I posted the bullet carpet vid. And I'll repost the link in the comment on this video so that if those of you who are interested can try it out. I hope it brings you some joy, some appreciation of beauty, and I hope you like it as much as I did. Though I doubt that's possible. It's kind of the thing that I doubt that anybody's going to appreciate it as much as me, since that was created with me in mind. Huh? Right. I said I was going to stop. And now I will. I just want to play a little bit more. I really like this thing. Alright. Hope you had a good time watching. I will see you guys next time.